So today's a little bit of a different video. I had a promoter of one of the companies here in Ontario Demolition Derby, get a hold of me, and he wants to talk to me about driver safety. So he's put together this test, and he asked me to help film it and show it to you guys to help out most novice drivers. He has a piece of 4x4 square tubing welded to the front of this. Now this is a spike, but just pretend that this here is sticking out this way, like this, because here in Ontario the square tubing is actually allowed to go as wide as the tires. You have a front wheel drive car and you have it in reverse and you're spinning around, that can actually be a spike this way going into someone's door, like what actually happened to me at Mini Meltdown last year when a car actually spun sideways, a front wheel drive car, and broke my spindle. And I've seen on plenty of cars, even if you get dead and your driver door is here and you have another car there and leaves the passenger side open and a car comes for a huge shot, hits this passenger side, and then it just drives that bumper right through your car. So this is designed to be basically as absolute worst with this square tubing. Now, he's come up with this test, and I think it's actually a pretty cool test. What he does is he drives this vehicle up on this trailer. We have this block of wood here to make it so that this wood here, the car stops at the wood every time. We put it in neutral with the car unrunning, and it's going to drive off the trailer basically just with gravity. Now the test he's done, he spent a lot of time coming up with this idea. If you guys take a look, we have 3 of the exact same cars, and what we're going to do is we're going to drive that spike into the driver door of each one of these cars. Now this one here's got a dent, but that's okay, it's just a dent, don't worry about it. We're going to put nothing in this door. It's not opening now, but we're going to put nothing in this door. This is just going to be a bone stock, leave it the way it is, and it's going to basically be, as you gut it and go, leave the windshield in, car. This car here, we're going to take a plate of steel, and what we're going to do is we're going to close the door, we're going to slide the steel in where the window goes. And one of my buddies actually does this to almost every derby car he does. It just slides in and then it's got a lip on it, so it just sits on there. It's basically the easiest way to put a single driver door bar inside your car. And this one right here is something that he's been preaching for a while, and I want to see how it holds up to the steel. I know it's going to be better than nothing. What we're going to do is we're going to take a 3/4 inch of plywood and put it down inside the door. So it kind of is the easiest way, the easy way, and nothing. And I just want to see how this compares, and I thought it would be a good experiment for you for being new drivers. I drove 2.5 hours today to come and see this, so I'm kind of really excited to see how this goes. So we're going to get set up here. We're going to use a vehicle to chain and tow all these out, get them all in the right spot, and then we're going to drive off there and take a look to see how this goes. So we'll be right back, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed today's experiments. Oh, look at that, he's already got the steel. So we have a GoPro mounted inside the grill there. But he's just going to put it in neutral. We got the spike there. So what we're going to do is he's got a mark that he's going to try to aim for. Harley, over here. Come on. Over there. And let's see how this goes. He's in neutral. Pretty extensive. Pretty extensive. Hopefully this got some nice slow motion videos there.
The door is buckled.
Yeah. Yeah, the door is buckled quite bad on the inside. You can see that. The tubing actually bent all the inner supports and everything inside the door. You can see how the tubing just kind of rips the steel too. And that wasn't even a big hit. That was pretty much just idle coming off the trailer. He had it in neutral. So that's pretty big. And that's with nothing inside the door. So the hit goes in quite a bit. Holy. We're gonna get this thing back up on the trailer now, and we're gonna put a different car here, and then we're gonna do a comparison between everything near the end of the day here. So let's go see if we can get this another car pulled up. So something we noticed, you can kind of see the car was actually pushed sideways by about 6 inches, front and rear. These are actually half decent hits, but they're just rolling. Imagine if this car actually had speed hitting here. You can see how far this car was pushed sideways, actually into the tree enough to dent the door. So we'll be getting another car and we'll be putting it right against this tree, or maybe just about 6 inches away again. Hopefully we can see the same damage on the passenger side almost every time. Show you guys that how this is going. Let's see how easy this steel is to put inside of a car. He's basically went and just pulled this out of another car. I don't know if it's gonna fit. It might fit. So he's got the window regulator out. Here's the plate. That is how easy that installs, and then just tech screw that thing in. So this is what's going to be installed in here, and then we'll find a piece of plywood and get it installed in that car and show you guys how easy the plywood goes in as well. Now this door has the steel in it. He's got that thing ready. Let's see what kind of impact this does. Oh, that was bigger. Bigger impact. Look at that steel. That was a much bigger impact, Jim.
Yeah. What did it do inside?
The steel held all the inside together.
Yeah. Stopped there, nothing from coming through.
Yeah.
What you consider the hole, it would have come through.
As you can see, the door skin actually didn't rip here this time. It actually hit much higher than the other door, though. Oh, look at it. You got half the car on your spike. Holy, are you gonna be able to pull that out right away?
Oh,
probably not.
That takes a farm jack now to take it out.
Farm jack now to take it out. But if you guys take a look, this one here, the steel actually bent around. Imagine if that wasn't there. That is right into your driver's seat. Again, this is about as bad as a driver door hit you'll probably ever take. And that didn't come through to your leg. So pretty impressive, and that's just, what'd that take, 30 seconds to install? So the last one we're going to check now is the plywood. So we're going to get this one all cleaned up, put away, and we're going to get the plywood into the last one. Hopefully these GoPro footages are good. So this here is the piece of wood that we're going to use. This is basically 2 feet by 2 feet. It's a little rectangular, but our measurements are kind of there. So what we're going to do is open the door, take out the window regulator just like last time. So you've seen how easy the steel one was inserted. Let's see how easy this wood one gets inserted. So just slide it right in, I guess.
And we might be a bit long.
It's not down all the way.
No. Which is fine.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. I got it down the rest of the way.
Okay.
So I just went in there and jumped on it. Yeah, I just went down there and jumped on it, and it went down quite a bit. We're just gonna get the saw and quickly cut this here. Now he's saying you just put wood screws through the door. Drill a little hole, and then put some wood screws to hold the wood in. He's just grabbing a Sawzall. Jam is in the bottom down there.
I usually put it in. Yeah.
There. You just have to put his target onto this door. There, look at that target. He's gonna put it in neutral, and let's see him do this. Holy. That one, he actually gave a gas coming off the trailer. The wood, look at that. Holy, I think the wood did better than the steel, Jim.
It does.
You even gave that gas coming off the trailer.
Yep.
Holy. And the real test, does she open?
Yep.
Look at that. It still opens.
Little tiny dent in the door right there, but that's because we're hitting very low also.
Yeah, and oh, we even bent that.
Yep.
Wow.
And the other doors. Hey, Dan.
Yeah, let's see the other side. You can see how much it's got pushed sideways. Oh yeah, look at the force put through the car there. Holy. Holy. We're gonna have to watch that slow motion on that GoPro video again for you guys. So far, to be honest, the one with nothing was the lightest hit out of all of them. And me standing here, I seen that it was actually the lightest hit and the lowest hit. But the wood actually took that a lot better than the steel. And it's cheap, it slides in easy.
Cost you $6 a door.
$6 a door, basically. 1 3/4 sheet of plywood will do about 5 cars, 4 cars?
8 cars.
8 cars.
Yep.
Holy.
And we allow that piece of plywood in the passenger's door to protect your battery.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't allow plates on there.
No.
All right, and I don't even like the plates on the side because the plates
Rip the door skins off.
They rip the door skins off. Okay, they don't protect the full door.
No. Can I do that to this door?
What?
The plywood.
Yeah. No. Okay, we'll set her.
So here's the wood car. We're gonna put this right over the deepest spot. We're gonna say 5 inches, 4 7/8 inches indent. Now let's head over to the steel car and see the steel car, one with the steel plate. 9 1/8. That is an incredible difference. Now, I was standing here and I noticed that this car actually had the least amount of force put on it out of all of them, but it still took a huge dent. And it was actually the lowest dent as well. So what's the dent insert on this one? 5 inches, we're gonna say. And that was probably the lightest head out of all of them, was this one.
And we were into the sill plate on this one.
Yeah, we were into the sill plate because this one had air in all the tires. So it sat taller. So this is basically for your first time builders or your stock class. If you go to a show and they see a piece of tin or like basically steel that's that thin, or a piece of plywood shoved inside your driver door like this, most promoters will not bat an eye at this because it is actually trying to keep you safe. And it doesn't really reinforce the car anywhere except where you sit. So this is basically a tip for your first time drivers or the guys that are gut and go and bone stock classes. It does a lot, Jim. It really does. Yep. I was actually pretty impressed with this.
It's a minimum standard for Ontario for 2021.
It was the plywood in the doors.
Plywood or the steel.
Plywood or the steel.
Yep.
So this here is going to be starting to be new rules with some of the shows here in Ontario. I want to take the time to thank Jim Grant and Ontario Demolition Derby for taking the time and actually sacrificing 3 derby cars and kind of a scrap car because we did bend the frame on this. The frame is bent. So thank you, Jim.
And the wood,
yeah,
the wood is what ended up denting the frame. It took that much extra to go through that.
I would actually notice that only got bent on the wood, nothing else. And I did notice you did kind of break the rules and actually put it in drive for this one. He actually goosed it coming off the trailer, then put it into neutral.
I wanted to make sure that you realize this is not, hey, the Pro Mod guys, no problem. But this is for the beginners. This is how the guys get to Pro Mod.
You got to start small and work your way up, and this is like one of the first steps. You know, this is actually probably before cage in most cars these days.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We were doing stuff like that back in the 80s, putting a plate inside the driver's door at big tracks.
Well, I'm actually pretty impressed, Jim. I didn't think that this was going to go as good as it did, but that actually stopped that very well. And it ripped the skin all the way around, but it definitely didn't even come onto the inside. And the door still opens and closes. You can see how much that door and the plywood actually took. Jim says you can actually double this up inside there as well. It's all about driver safety. That doesn't cause you to win a derby. That causes you to be able to walk after the demolition derby.
Yeah. It's about going home and feeling good the next day.
That's right.
And not like us old guys who lay on the couch for 3 days after a derby.
I'm starting to get to that point too now.
So,
if you go into a ring and don't think you're going to get hit, that's crazy.
Yeah,
you're going to get hit.
Yeah, it's when I do a driver's meeting, it's when you get hit in the driver's door, not if. Yeah. When you get hit in the driver's door.
Yeah. It happens all the time. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and hopefully this helps you out. And you know what? Some beginner tips, but you know what? Some beginner stuff can actually be carried through to the higher classes. And hopefully, if you guys do anything like this, leave a comment down below. If you guys have tried it, or if you guys want to try it, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.